Hello and welcome to the final day of group play here at the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. I'm Sean O'Connor, your voice of the Everett Merchants. I apologize once again for the video quality. Upload speeds have not been what they used to be here in Canada for some reason. Caden Cornett on the mound. He's facing Colin Runge, and his first pitch is a called strike, and we are underway. Merchants 2-1 entering this contest, as are the visiting Alaska Goldpanners. Cornett winds and delivers. It pitches a little bit low. Should the Merchants win this contest, they would be the 1 seed and play tomorrow night at 7 o'clock against the 4 seed in the Siminoff division. The 1-1 pitch is just a little bit low. Cornett wonders if that's going to be the kind of day it is. So do I. As that pitch just missed a little bit low. Cornett comes set. He winds and delivers. The 2-1 pitch, it's a little bit inside, and the count goes to 3-1. Should the Merchants lose this game, however, they would be at the fate of the Northwest Honkers Houston Dynamo Express game. The 3-1 pitch swung on and grounded over to the third baseman. Anderson's got it over in time to Jake Tilley. Nice little pick there, and he puts it away for the first out of the game. It'll bring up Griff McCormick, the first baseman for the Goldpanners. Should the Merchants lose, a Honkers win would give the Merchants the 2nd seed and a 10 a.m. game tomorrow morning. However, should the Houston Express win that ball game and the Merchants lose here today, the Merchants would fall to the 4 seed, the final seed, or to make the playoff round here in Grand Forks. They would play at 4 p.m. tomorrow. That ball misses just outside. They would play at 4 p.m. tomorrow against the number 1 seed in the Siminoff division. So needless to say, a lot on the line here, and the Merchants have sent one of their best pitchers to the bump in Caden Cornett. Once again, apologize for the stream quality as this pitch is fouled away, and the count goes to 1-1. Big game here for the Merchants, as mentioned earlier. This game deciding the fate of this team and all they've worked for. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball right to the catcher. Nice little hop and a throw over a little bit high, but Tilley's able to find the bag. And the second out is recorded. A 1-3 putout will bring up Blake Porter, the 3-hole hitter in this ballgame. Cornett working very efficiently so far today. Like to keep that up and save the bullpen for a potential 3 games in 2 days situation should they make the finals in this tournament. Here's the pitch. It's a strike on the outside corner. Merchants pitchers have been looking for that call all tournament, and they finally get it. 2-1. Cole Carter is on deck should he be necessary. Bunt shown. Bunt down the line, and it is a foul ball. It was a nice bunt, but just a little too much on the left. And it rolls foul, and the count goes to 0-2. Merchants with their traditional infield. Tilley over at first base as he's been platooning with Coyne all season. Tilley at first, Hawk at second, Riley Parker at shortstop, and Nick Anderson over at third base. In the outfield from left to right, we have new Merchant Bryce Peterson, Sam Linscott in center, and Jackson Swim in right. Diego Altamirano is behind the dish, and starter Caden Cornett on the bump. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It is just outside. Cornett thought he had him there. I tend to agree based on what we've seen already in this ball game, but a ball is called, and the count goes to 1-2. Here's the wind, and the 1-2 pitch is a little outside, and the count goes to 2-2. Crisp morning this morning. The Merchants fighting the cold and a very tough team in the Goldpanners. Only 1 loss on the season, or 1 loss in this tournament. Here's the wind. And the 2-2 pitch is grounded right over to Jake Tilley. He'll take it himself, and the side is retired in order. A 1-2-3 inning to start this ball game off. When we come back, Patrick Chung, Austin Hawk, and Sam Linscott up to the plate. You're listening more than watching at this point to Everett Merchants Baseball at the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. Welcome back to the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. Patrick Chung climbs in. He'll be followed by Austin Hawk, Sam Linscott, Bryce Peterson, Jackson Swim, Riley Parker, Nick Anderson, Diego Altamirano, and finishing out the order in the 9-hole, first baseman Jake Tilley. Chung climbs in and watches a ball low, and the count goes to 1-0. Chung waits, facing Tanner Yanus. All on the bump. Here's the pitch. It's outside, 2-0. Tanner did not like how that one left his hand. Big opportunity in this ballgame for the Merchants. They sent the Panners down in order. Like to get a run on the board here and play defense. Here's the pitch. It's a strike on the outside corner. 2-1 the count. I'd like to thank all of you for watching at home. Despite the quality of the video on this stream, hopefully the audio is coming through clearly as this pitch is swung on and lifted into left field. Have a day, Patrick Chung. Base hits to go along with a impressive start to this tournament. Chung is, if he's not leading, he's very close to leading the league or leading this tournament in batting average. I will pull that up while we have a moment. And it'll bring up Austin Hawk, the second baseman. Hawk has a short conversation with the home plate umpire. Climbs in. Here's the pitch, bunt shown, and it's off the glove. A passed ball will get Patrick Chung over. And the count goes to 1-0. Chung gets in scoring position with a passed ball. Be interested to see if Harold Pyatt keeps the bunt on. Get the runner over to third with one out, and then a deep fly ball would score a run. Linscott and Peterson on deck, followed by team leader in slugging percentage, Jackson Swim. Here's the pitch, bunt shown. He pulls back, and 2-0 the count to Hawk. Reminder, this is a 7-inning contest today. The rain shortened this tournament up a little bit. 9-inning games will resume in tournament play. But first, a 7-inning contest against the Panners to decide who wins this division. Pitcher comes set, working from the stretch. He checks the runner in Chung. Infield vacates. Here's the pitch. Bunt shown up high. He pulls back, and the count is 3-0. And Hawk has an opportunity here. It sounds like Hawk's getting the green light here. Be interesting to see if he got on a walk, as he will not pull back. A bunt is shown. Infield vacates. Here's the pitch. He pulls back. A 4-pitch walk for Austin Hawk, and the Merchants have runners on first and second with nobody out. And Sam Linscott coming up. A bit of a slump for Sam the last few games. He is no longer the team leader in batting average, but he's still a very solid bat in this Merchants lineup. Patrick Chung now leading the way in batting average for the Everett Merchants, hitting .350. Sam Linscott down below .320 for the first time in a long time. Bunt shown. He gets it down right in front of the catcher. He's going to go to third and over to first, not in time, and he throws it away. So a fielder's choice will retire Patrick Chung at third base, and an E5 will move the runners to second and third. The sacrifice bunt gets it done, but not in the way you would expect. Sam Linscott gets aboard on the fielder's choice, advances on the error. Bryce Peterson up next. He's the first game yesterday. 0 for 4 on the young season, looking for his first hit on his young season, looking for his first hit of the season, and he takes the ball low. 1 out here in the top of the first inning, 1-0 the count. And out comes the pitching coach for the Alaska Goldpanners. They'll have a discussion with his pitcher. And while he does that, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, 1 out, and Merchants have runners on second and third. You're watching Everett Merchants Baseball. Welcome back to the Everett Merchants Alaska Goldpanners game. I'm Sean O'Connor. Top of the first inning, 1-0 count with 1 out. Runners on second and third for new Merchant Bryce Peterson. A chance to pick up a couple RBIs here. He has 1 on the season on an RBI ground out. Would like to pick up a couple on a base hit here. Big bat swing. Here it comes, and it's inside. A bad frame job by the catcher. A better one might have gotten the call. 2-0 the count. And Bryce Peterson can swing away with a good hitter's count here. Speed on it, second and Hawk. Decent speed at third, good speed at third with Hawk. Decent speed at second with Linscott. Here's the kick and the pitch. It swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 2-1. Caden Cornett and the Merchants, since the Panners down in order, the same could not be said for the Merchants. The Merchants bats are going to work here early. 2-1 count, nobody out in a scoreless tie in the bottom of the first. Or 1 out, as this ball is a bouncer over the head of the catcher. It's off the bag and an RBI ground out. 6-4 the put out, but it'll bring across the run. Austin Hawk scores on the RBI ground out. Linscott over to third. And the Merchants pick up a run and lead this ball game by a score of 1-0. And Jackson Swim coming to the plate with a chance to do some damage. 2 outs here. Leader in slugging percentage at the bag. Here's the pitch. It's a big swing and a miss. Riley Parker on deck. He would be next. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung and lifted over the head of the second baseman and dropping into right field. An RBI single for Jackson Swim. It drives in Linscott, and the Merchants add to their lead. They now lead it by a score of 2-0. Still early in this ballgame, but the Merchants are making the most of it. Putting balls in play, getting runs, and taking advantage of their runners in scoring position opportunities. Riley Parker up next. He's got a chance to move ahead, Swim, but he's got to be careful with 2 outs here in the inning. Here's the pitch. It's a swung on and fouled pitch down the first base line and out of play. Panners pitcher comes set. 0-1 the count on the foul ball. Here's the pitch to Parker. Swung on and fouled. The same spot. The count goes to 0-2. 0-2 the count. Parker climbs in. Nick Anderson would be next. A huge RBI bases clearing triple, or double rather, in the first game of yesterday's doubleheader was the difference by Nick Anderson. Would like to give him a chance to do it again. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's fouled away. The same spot. And we'll do it again. Oh, 2. Pitcher holds. He comes set. Here's the delivery. It's swung on and fouled into the screen, and we'll do it again. A long battle here between Riley Parker and Tanner Inyoin. Apologize for mispronouncing the Goldpanners pitcher's name. It's a difficult one. Inouye. Riley Parker waits for the pitch. Tanner delivers. It's swung on and misses for strike 3, and that will retire the side. But the Merchants pick up 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 man left on. When we come back, we'll play the top of the second inning. Your Merchants lead the Alaska Goldpanners of Fairbanks by a score of 2-0. Welcome back to the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. I'm Sean O'Connor. When we were last here, the Merchants poured it on 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning to take a 2-0 lead and turn it back over to pitcher Caden Cornett, who sat down the first 3 men he faced on 3 consecutive groundouts. We'd like to see him do exactly that here. Top of the second, 2-0 your score. Here's the pitch from Cornett, and it's a called strike on the cleanup hitter, left fielder Cole Carter. Merchants wearing their black tops, white lettering, black hats, and white pants. The winning combo, they have yet to lose in this uniform. This pitch low and gets away from the catcher. Nothing doing, no one on. Merchants beat the Everett Aqua Sox in this get-up and have only lost 3 games since, and they've all been in blue. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2-1. The Goldpanners, on the other hand, wearing bright red tops with yellow trim and black lettering, with gray pants and blue socks and red caps. This pitch is lined, and it is hit right to Austin Hawk. A line out to the second baseman will retire the first out of the inning, and Caden Cornett maintains his efficiency. He is through 4 batters in only 17 pitches. In climbs Connor Konishi. Konishi, the designated hitter tonight, wearing number 4. He will take a strike on the outside corner. Caden Cornett is dealing tonight to start this ball game. We'd like to see him continue that. On deck is number 28, Aaron Kim. He's the catcher. He would have followed the designated hitter. Konishi waits for the pitch from Cornett. Cornett winds and delivers. This pitch is well outside and bounces all the way back to me in the press box. Count goes to 1-1. Cornett has had success finding first pitch strikes. 4 of the first 5 batters have seen a first pitch strike. This ball inside or outside in a way rather, and the count goes to 2-1. Cornett winds and comes home. This pitch outside and away. 3-1 the count, and the Merchants are in danger of giving up their first base runner of the afternoon. Here it comes. Cornett winds and delivers. The 3-1 pitch is fouled away, and the count runs full. 3 straight balls, but able to get a foul off. Here's the wind. And the 3-2 pitch is grounded up the left field line into left field and into the bullpen. Bryce Peterson over, can't get it in the dugout or in the bullpen, and it's a stand-up double for Connor Konishi. The first base runner of the afternoon for the Goldpanners is a 1-out stand-up double for Connor Konishi, and it'll bring up the 6-hole hitter, Aaron Kim, the catcher for the Goldpanners. Pardon me. And a pinch runner in the ball game for the Goldpanners already is number 12, Bryant Nakagawa. Bryant Nakagawa pinch running for Connor Konishi. Here's Cornett, comes set. He winds and delivers. Pitch is a little outside to Aaron Kim for a ball. Cornett comes set. Looks in, infield vacates. Here's the pitch. It's swung on and missed for strike 1. Cornett waits. Comes set. Infield vacates. Here's the line and the pitch. It's a chopper that goes foul, and the count goes to 1-2. 1-2 the count. One out here. Runner on second base, courtesy of a one-out double. One, two, one out. Here's the pitch. It's a swing and a miss for strike 3, and that is the second out of the inning, the first K of the evening for Caden Cornett, and he will face Ben McKay, the second baseman. Nakaguana on second base. Pinch running for Connor Konishi, the designated hitter. Ben McKay up with 2 outs, runner on second base, and the Goldpanners trail 2-0. Cornett winds, and he delivers. This pitch is fouled into the screen, and the count goes to 0-1. The count. Here comes the pitch. Pardon me, it's a hold. Cornett comes home, and the pitch is a called strike. 0-2 the count. Cornett has a chance to work around this double with a strikeout or any out here. 2 outs, any out would do. McKay settles in. Cornett checks the runners. Infield vacates. Here's the pitch. It's a swinging, lifted ball out to Jackson Swim. He comes in a couple steps, and that will retire the side. A 1-out double is worked around by Caden Cornett, and the Merchants get out of the inning without any damage done. When we come back, the Merchants will send Nick Anderson, Diego Altamirano, and Jake Tilley to the plate, leading this ball game 2-0. You're watching Everett Merchants Baseball. Welcome back to the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. Merchants lead this ball game by a score of 2-0 here in the bottom of the second inning in this 7-inning contest. Range shortened 7-inning contest here today. And the Merchants looking to win their division, and so they can ignore, or so they don't have to worry about what happens in the rest of this group. Nick Anderson takes a strike from the starting pitcher for the Alaska Goldpanners. Altamirano on deck. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball up the left side into left field. Not a great effort there by the third baseman, but a base hit single for Nick Anderson to lead off this inning. Second consecutive inning, the Merchants have led off with a single. That'll bring up Diego Altamirano. Altamirano looking for a base hit here. to move the runner along. Altamirano stands in and winds and delivers. The pitch is down low on a shown bunt. Altamirano trying to bunt over the runner at first base in Nick Anderson. That would take the double play out of effect. And in theory, you would see Tilley and Chung batting with nobody out, or with a runner on second base and a chance to drive in a run. 2-0 your score line. Merchants 2 runs on 2 hits. Here's the pitch. It's outside. 2-0 the count. 2 runs on 2 hits. 1 error by the Goldpanners. Goldpanners no runs on 1 hit. No Merchant errors. Bunt shown all the way by Altamirano. Here comes. And the pitch is a called strike. Altamirano pulled back, but it was in the zone. And the strike is called. 2-1 the count. Altamirano pulling back. Pitcher interest is set, and Altamirano will come in and bunt. Here's the bunt. He lays it down. Good bunt right to the pitcher. The throw over is in time to get Altamirano, but a sacrifice bunt will move up the runner. Anderson moving ahead on the sacrifice. 1 out in the inning with Jake Tilley climbing up to the plate. Tilley playing first base today. Runner on second base is Nick Anderson. Here's the pitch. It's taken low for a ball. On deck is Patrick Chung. He singled in the first inning when it was erased on a fielder's choice. Here's the pitch. It's fouled away, and the count evens at 1-1. Tilley faces the pitch, and it hits him. Gets him right in the leading knee. He sprints to first base. Tilley, his normal jovial self, even in a slightly painful situation with a hit by pitch, brings up Patrick Chung with runners on first and second. Nobody out, or 1 out, excuse me, here in the top or the bottom of the second inning. In stands Patrick Chung, as mentioned. He has a chance to drive in a run here with a base hit. Here comes the pitch. It's a swinging foul ball. He golfed that one down in the dirt, and the count goes to 0-1. Chung is 1 for 1 tonight. He singled in the first inning, was erased on a fielder's choice, but he was replaced at third base in that same play on an error. Runner on second is Nick Anderson. Runner on first is Tilley. Here's the pitch to Chung. It's a chopper foul, and the count goes to 0-2. Tanner comes set on the mound. 2 runners on, 0-2 count, 2 outs, infield vacates. Here's the pitch. It's outside, and the count goes to 1-2. 1-2 the count to Pat Chung. Tanner comes set. Infield vacates. Here she comes. The 1-2 is a ground ball up the middle. Base hit off the off the second base bag. Anderson getting the wave in. The throw to the plates is in time. He's way in under the tag, but they call Anderson out, and Harold Pyatt's coming out to argue. There's no way he was out, but they'll call him out. A ground ball up the middle will get Chung aboard. Now we'll take a short break while this argument happens. When we come back, Merchants runners on first and second with 2 outs after the base hit by Anderson or base hit by Chung and Anderson thrown out at the dish. Welcome back. Merchants on the receiving end of a second straight game of bad officiating. The scores remains 2-0, despite an RBI single by Patrick Chung. The run erased at the plate by an apparent throw in. It sure looked like Anderson beat the throw, but Harold Pyatt not winning that argument. Runners on second and third with Austin Hawk up, and that ball misses inside for ball 1. Harold Pyatt coming about as close to getting tossed as I've seen this season. A normally level-headed man. He's been his wits have been tested this tournament. That is for certain. Here's the pitch, down low, 2-0 the count. Hawk looking to make up for the missed call by the home plate umpire. Here's the pitch. Swung on and lifted, but foul out of play, and we'll do it again. 1-2 the count. One and two to Hawk. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Merchants lead 2-0. The lead should be 3-0, but that is how this game works sometimes. A check swing, he went around, and he did. The count goes to 2-2. Hawk waits for the 2-2 pitch. Chung on first. Here's the pitch. It's a chopper back to the mound, and the throw over will be in time to record the out. The ground out ends the side, and the Merchants strand a pair. When we come back, we'll play the top of the third inning. Your score, Merchants 2 and the Goldpanners nothing. Welcome back to the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. The score is 2-0 Merchants here in the top of the third inning, but it really should be more as the Merchants had a runner clearly safe at the dish, but the home plate umpire, I guess, did not see it, and he ruled him out. Here's the pitch from Cornette. It misses outside. No, it does not. It catches the piece of the plate on Braxton Innes, and the count goes to 0-1. Cody Culp threw 2 innings, threw 30 pitches, allowing only 1 hit and striking out a man. No fly ball out, only 1 fly ball out so far for the Goldpanners. Here's the pitch. It's fouled away. 0-2 the count. Only 2 hard hit balls in the entirety of this game for the Goldpanners. Cornette looks in. Gets the signs from Altamirano. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. It's a cold strike 3, and that will retire Braxton Innes. And the first out is recorded by Caden Cornette. A great pitch there, freezing him on the outside corner. And that will bring up 9-hole hitter Grant Villap. Now Villap comes up. We'll take a quick look at the possible results of today's events. Here's the pitch. It's a swinging foul ball. Cole Runge fouls it back. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Should the Merchants win, they would record the first. They would get the first seed of the tournament. No matter what happens the rest of the day, this is the championship game for this division. Goldpanners win, they win the division. We win, we take the division. The 0-1 pitch is a swinging strike number 2, and the count goes to 0-2. Should Everett lose and the Northwest Honkers beats the Houston West Chase Express, the Merchants would be the number 2 seed and play tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. against the 3 seed in the Seminoff division. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Caden Cornette. It's a foul ball into the dugout of the Merchants. Everybody getting out of the way. As the home dugout having some fun with that one. The count stays at 0-2. A win once Merchants get the 1 seed and play 7 o'clock tomorrow night. A loss and a Northwest Honkers win over Houston at 1 o'clock today would result in the Merchants getting the number 2 seed and playing another morning game at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Here's the pitch, fouled away, and the count will stay at 0-2. Should the Merchants lose and the Houston West Chase Express win, however, due to that lopsided loss yesterday, where the Merchants gave up 12 runs, they would lose the 3-way tiebreaker in the division and fall all the way to the 4th seed and play the number 1 seed in the Seminoff division, likely the Burnaby Bulldogs, tomorrow at 4 p.m. This pitch is down low for ball 1. Needless to say, a very important affair here. And Merchants currently in the 1 seed if this result would hold. Goldpanners 2-1, Goldpanners 3-0. And the Merchants are 2-1. Here's the pitch. It's inside. No, it catches a piece of the zone for strike 3 called. And the second out of the inning is recorded on a strikeout looking by Colin Runge, the 3rd strikeout of the afternoon for starter Caden Cornette. That'll bring up number 11, Griff McCormick, the first baseman for the Alaska Goldpanners of Fairbanks. Here comes the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Top of the 3rd inning. 2 outs, 2-0 your scoreline. Merchants lead. This is a ground ball right to Riley Parker. Over in time. Jake Tilly makes the play, and that will retire the side. Another 1-2-3 inning for Caden Cornette. His efficient night continues as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Your Merchants lead it by a score of 2-0. Welcome back to the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. I'm Sean O'Connor, your voice of the Everett Merchants. Merchants lead 2-0 in an already controversial game. The scoreline could be 3-0, but a misplay at the plates took a run away from your Merchants. No matter, they hold the lead and send their potent offense up to the dish, and a ground ball right to the shortstop by Sam Linscott over in time for the first out of the inning. Sam Linscott recorded on the first pitch by the starter for the Alaska Goldpanners of Fairbanks. Brings up the new pitcher, the new fielder for the Everett Merchants. A right-handed bat. Bryce Peterson. Here's the first pitch to Bryce, and it's a swinging strike number one. Bryce Peterson is 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to the shortstop in that first inning. He's 0 for 5 on the season, looking for his first hit as a Merchant. Bryce readies. Here's the pitch. Low for ball one. 1-0. 1-1 the count. The score. Merchants lead here in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. It's a strike on the outside corner. And the count goes to 1-2. Jackson Swim up next. Parker in the hole. Thank you all for watching at home. Despite difficulties with our upload rate, we still have audio, I hope, as this pitch is inside. 2-2. We will attempt, when we return to the States, backup recordings of this game and yesterday's game will be uploaded. We do not have the Wi-Fi capabilities to do that down here, or up here rather, in Grand Forks. So expect to see those up some point Tuesday morning. Here's the pitch. It's a swinging ground ball, just handled by the pitcher. Nice soft throw over in time to record the out. And Bryce Peterson's start to the Merchants remains cold. He's 0 for 6 on the season. Brings up Jackson Swim 1 for 1 tonight with a single in the ball game. Swim looking to go for 2 for 2. He's leading the team in slugging percentage and is third place in batting average on this roster. Here's the pitch. It's a strike at the knees. 0-1 the count. Riley Parker is in the on-deck circle. This pitch hits him, and he'll head over to first base. Swim reached on 2 consecutive plate appearances. He's 1 for 1 tonight with 2 trips to the plate. Swim takes his lead. He was thrown out yesterday on a good pickoff move. Parker at the dish with 2 outs and a runner on first base. Here it comes, and it's a strike at the knees. Parker didn't like that call, and it was a little borderline for my liking as well. Parker settles. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's a strike in that same location, and the count goes to 0-2. Nick Anderson is on deck. He hit a single, and he came around and scored, but he was called out at the plates. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. The ball's dropped. The throw over in time to the first baseman is in time, and that will retire the side. The Merchants get a 2-out base runner in Jackson Swim on a hit by a pitch, but he is stranded on a Riley Parker strikeout. When we come back, your Merchants will face off against Blake Porter, Cole Carter, and new hitter for the Alaska Goldpanners. We will see who that is when we return to play the top of the 4th inning. Your score, the Merchants 2 and the Alaska Goldpanners of Fairbanks 0. Welcome back to the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. Your Merchants lead this elimination game 2-0. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's outside. Griff McCormick batting, but if my stats are correct, he led off. I missed a line on my score sheet. I apologize. Griff McCormick leading off this inning. Here's the pitch. It's low and away. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Away, and another ball. We play the top of the fourth inning. Three 3-0 the count. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's a strike of the knees. McCormick was taking all the way. Here's the pitch, lifted high into the air. Linscott drifting slightly over to his right, and he makes the play for out number one. My apologies there on the confusion. I skipped a line in my scorebook. And we should be back in order now. Blake Porter, the center fielder, up to bat now for the Alaska Goldpanners of Fairbanks. Taking paper score does have its pluses and its minuses. This is one of the minuses. You can skip a line. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled away. 0-1 your score, or your count, rather. 2-0, top of the fourth inning. Merchants lead the Goldpanners in the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's way and low for ball two. For ball one, rather. Here comes the pitch. It's a strike on the outside corner. And an excellent pitch there by Caden Cornett. Freezes the spatter Blake Porter. Thinking that pitch was outside, just catching a little bit of the rubber. Cornett with his herky windup. He will come home. The 1-2 pitch is swing on and missed for strike three. And that will send Blake Porter back to the dugout. He's 0 for 2 tonight. And bring out Cole Carter. Cole Carter is 0 for 1 tonight. On deck is the pinch runner who took over for Connor Kanishi at second base. Connor Kanishi's night is officially over. Bryant Nakagawana on deck. Cole Carter in the batter's box. 2 outs, 2-0 your score. Merchants lead. This pitch is fouled away for strike one. Here comes the 0-1. It's outside, and the count evens at 1-1. Cornett works on the mound. He's been excellent tonight. Only one hit. Only one base runner for the Goldpanners. This pitch out on the outside corner for a strike. And the count goes to 1-2. He's faced one shy of the minimum through 3 2/3 of an inning. An excellent game for the Merchants starter. He will likely go again on Championship Monday should the Merchants make it. Here's the wind. And the 1-2 pitch. It's down low in the dirt. And the count goes to 2-2. Scoreboard had the balls and strikes wrong there for a moment, but they get back on pace with us down here on the field. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's up and in, and the count runs full. No one getting loose in either bullpen as both pitchers have worked well today. Here she comes. Caden Cornett's 3-2 pitch is chased. He didn't go. Caden Cornett doesn't believe it. And a base runner gets aboard via the walk. Cornett's first of the game. 2 walks now, or 1 walk, 1 hit for the Goldpanners. Still an excellent game for Caden Cornett. In climbs Bryant Nakagawana. Bryant pinch running for Connor Kanishi in the second inning. Here comes the pitch. It's up high for a ball. 1-0 the count to Bryant. Cornett working from behind, one of the few times he's been behind all game. Cornett checks the runner, and a pickoff move to first. He didn't get him, just barely. A bad tag by Jake Tilley. Misses the runner, and he's able to sneak a foot in there safely. He came up standing. Normally a bad move against such a great pickoff move by lefty. Here comes the 1-0. Check swing, it's in there. 1-1 the count to Caden Cornett. Caden Cornett has a 1-0 count. We'll start this again. A 1-1 count to Bryant Nakagawana. Cornett sets. Checks the runner. Here he comes. The pitch is inside, and it got a piece of him. Cornett saying that he leaned into that pitch. They said he turned into the pitch, and they're going to have a conference for this one. This could be interesting. The umpires already brought a runner back a batter back to the batter's box for swinging into a pitch. Remember, folks, you do not have to actually offer at the pitch for the ball that hits you and not be awarded first base. Merchants have felt robbed all tournament long on these calls, and you can imagine that Cornett's going to be throwing with some fire, and they do award first base on the hit by pitch. Alaska with runners on first and second, 2 outs. Out comes Brandon Mahovlich to have a quick talk with this pitcher, calm him down a little bit. He's issued a walk and a hit by pitch in order. Coming out to have a quick discussion. You get a smile out of Cornett. Everything's fine on the mound. 2-0 your score. Merchants over Goldpanners. Climbing in is Aaron Kim. He's 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. Hav heads back to the dugout. Altamirano back behind the dish. And we're ready to get back underway. 2 outs in the inning. 2 runners on first and second base. Both courtesy of free passes. 1 walk and 1 hit by pitch. Cornett, quick pickoff move, and Hawk wasn't covering the bag. And that should have been an out. Runners wanted a block, but nothing called. Here comes the pitch. Pickoff move to first, and they got him! A fantastic pickoff move by Caden Cornett. He runs back to the dugout, and the side is retired. When we come back, the bottom of the 4th inning will be played. The Merchants will send Nick Anderson, Diego Altamirano, and Jake Tilley. You're watching Everett Merchants Baseball at the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. Welcome back to the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. Nick Anderson climbs in a 2-0 ball game here in the bottom of the fourth inning after a spectacular pickoff move by starting pitcher Caden Cornett to erase the runner that he believes should not have been awarded first base. He erased Nakagawana on a tremendous pickoff move after he had a fantastic move that should have got the runner at second, but Hawk wasn't covering. A swing and a miss by Nick Anderson gets the count to 0-1. Starting pitcher for the Panners has been fantastic today as well. Only giving up 4 hits, 2 runs. Giving a couple other base runners. This ball is swung through and missed for strike 2. Merchants 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error by the Panners as this one's lifted into the hole, but the play is made by the first baseman for out number 1. And that will bring up Diego Altamirano. Lefty bat climbs in. He is yet to record an official at bat, as he sacrificed in the second inning. Here's the pitch to Altamirano. It's swung on and missed for strike number 1. Jake Tilley on deck. He'll be followed by Chung should one of them reach. Here's the pitch. Another swing and a miss. A good breaking ball. Breaking pitch has been working for Tanner all game. Tanner's really settled in after a rough first 2 innings. He faced 1 shy of the minimum in the third and is working efficiently here through the first 2 batters of the Merchants here in the fourth. Time called by Altamirano. He climbs back in. Your score 2-0 here. Here's the pitch. Outside, and the count goes to 1-2. 1-2 your count. 1 out, Altamirano up, Tilley on deck. 2-0 your score in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Merchants win. If the Merchants win, they take the number 1 seed in the division. A loss puts it in the hands of other teams as that pitch is fouled away, and the Merchants don't want that. We trust the strength of the PIL, but we do not want to have to count on another PIL team winning to get the Merchants into a better seed. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right to the shortstop. Altamirano hustling to first, but he's not in time. The throw beats him for the second out of the inning. 2 outs will bring up Jake Tilley, the 9-hole hitter. He's also yet to record an official plate appearance as he was hit by a pitch in the second inning. So again, we apologize for the choppy video, as hopefully our audio is still clear. I will be uploading backup recordings of yesterday's game, today's game, and all future games of this tournament when we return stateside on Tuesday. Here's the pitch. It's taken for a ball. As the sun breaks through the clouds here, a beautiful morning here in Grand Forks, British Columbia. Here's the pitch to Tilley. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Tilley waits on the pitch. Here she comes. The 1-1 is a ground ball over to third. Gonna be a tough play. The throw across is in time, and the Merchants go in order in the bottom of the fourth inning. When we return, we'll play the top of the fifth inning in this 7-inning exhibition game. Caden Cornett heads back onto the mound to continue his spectacular start. When we return, you're watching Everett Merchants baseball at the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. Welcome back to the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament Championship Saturday here in Grand Forks. Your Merchants taking on the Alaska Goldpanners for the right to claim the Foster Division title and the 1 seed in that half of the bracket. Here comes the pitch from Caden Cornett. It's a swing and a lifted ball high into right center field. On comes Swim down the line, and he makes the play for a quick out number 1, and it'll bring up number 7, Ben McKay. Reminder, this is a 7-inning affair this morning. Due to rain the last several days, this tournament has been shortened. All games will be played, but every team will play 2 9-inning games and 2 7-inning games. Cornett winds and delivers. The first pitch is inside for ball 1. That was Caden's 61st pitch, a very efficient start. He may pitch all 7 if he can keep dealing like this. Here comes the pitch. It's away. 2-0 the count. Two and oh. Cornett facing McKay. Here's the pitch. It catches a piece there, and the count goes to 2-1. Here comes the pitch. It's a swing and a line drive down the left field line, and it gets down. Bryce Peterson in there to cut it off from the wall. Here's the throw to second, and it's up the line. And a double, a 1-out double for Ben McKay will bring up Braxton Innes with 1 out. Only the second hit of the afternoon for the Alaska Goldpanners, and we play here in the 5th. On deck is Grant Vallap, the 9-hole hitter. No one warming in either pin. Here comes the pitch. It catches a piece of the outside corner for a strike. That pitch is off the plate, but it's been called consistently all day as a strike. Cornett comes set. He looks in and delivers. The pitch, it's a little low for a ball. Cornett looks in, gets the signs from Diego. 1-1 the count. Runner on second base with 1 out. 2-0 your score. The Merchants lead the Goldpanners. Infield vacates. Cornett delivers. It's a swinging line drive base hit into left field. They're going to send the runner. Here's the throw from Bryce, and it's good enough to hold the runner. It gets away, and the runner gets to second base on the throwing error by Bryce Peterson, but he holds the runner. Ben McKay hustles in to third on a single by Brandon Innes, but an error will advance Innes to second base. Give that an E7 on the throwing error there. Runners on second and third now with 1 out and a 2-0 scoreline. Merchants need to be careful here. Cornett's been dealing, but this is a dangerous spot. Cornett kicks and delivers. This pitch is low and nearly gets away from Altamirano. Time called by Grant DeLapp. Low clouds hanging over the mountains out past the left field fence. Flags straight down on their poles. In a very sunny day here in British Columbia. Here's the pitch. It's low and inside. 2-0 the count. Merchants need to be careful here. And out comes the pitching coach, Brandon Mahovlich. And we'll take a short break. When we come back, runners on second and third. 2-0 the count with 1 out. 2-0 your Merchants lead here in the top of the 5th inning. Stay with us. Welcome back. The 2-0 pitch is swung on and fouled down the right field line and out of play. 2-1 the count now with 1 out. Once again, we apologize for any technical issues, as Canada has been giving us issues all season, or all tournament apparently. Cornett comes set. He winds and delivers. The 2-1. It's a little high. Cornett wanted that call, and he didn't get it. The count goes to 3-1. Needs to be careful. Leadoff man Colin Runge is on deck. Cornett waits. 3-1 pitch. Major point in this game. Here it comes. It's swung on and line. Just foul. And the count evens at 3 or count fills at 3-2. Cornett comes set, delivers the full count pitch. It's popped up in the infield. Just out is Austin Hawk. He makes the catch. Runner bluffs down the line, but nothing doing, and a big out number 2 for Caden Cornett. He retires Grant Vlap and brings up Colin Rouge. Runge climbs in. Runners on second and third. 2 outs. 2-0 your score in the top of the 5th. Cornett winds and delivers. This pitch drops in. A beautiful breaking ball finding the zone. Here comes the wind. And the pitch, it's in there for a strike, and the count goes to 0-2. Cornett comes set. He's working from the wind. Gets the sign, takes a deep breath. Huge pitch here, 0-2 count. Here's the wind, and the 0-2 pitch up high. It may have been a pitch out. And the count goes to 1-2. One and two. Here comes the pitch from Cornett. It's swung on, lifted into center field. Sam Linscott coming in, That is Austin Hawk going out. And the catch is made, and that will retire the side. Austin Hawk gets Cornett out of a huge jam, a big spot with some massive pitching from Caden Cornett, and that will retire the side. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Your Merchants taking on the Alaska Goldpanners for the championship in the Foster Division, and they lead it by a score of 2-0. Welcome back to the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. Your Merchants lead the Alaska Goldpanners by a score of 2-0 in the bottom of the fifth inning. And they'll send leadoff man Patrick Chung up to the plate. He is 2 for 2 tonight. Alaska Goldpanners off to a good start as well. They're 2-1 entering this game. Here's the pitch. It's a ball called down low, and the count goes to 1-0. Goldpanners starting pitcher, has gone 60 pitches through 4 innings. That was his 61st. Right on pace with Caden Cornett, who went 59 pitches through 4 innings. Here's the pitch. Swung on and lifted into right field, to the fence, to the warning track, gets off the wall. Austin Hawk rounds first base. He'll head to second and get there standing, a leadoff double. That is Patrick Chung rounding the bases. He gets on second base with a leadoff double, and the Merchants are in business with Austin Hawk coming to the plate. Austin Hawk up to the plate. With a runner on second base. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Bunt. Right to the pitcher. It's going to be a tough play. He gets him at first base. A beautiful sacrifice bunt, but just a little bit too close to the pitcher, and a fantastic throw by the pitcher to get the runner in Austin Hawk at first base. And there's one out here in the bottom of the fifth inning, and Lynn Scott has a chance to drive in a run with a deep fly ball. Chung on third. Excellent speed, leading the team in batting average. He's helping his case today. Here's the pitch. It's down low for a ball. Merchants looking to add on an insurance run. Nobody up in the pen. There is now somebody up in the pen. That is Cody Culp. He'll be coming in for the close should he be needed today. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Ground ball right to third. Checks the runner. He stays. Sam Linscott is out on the 5-3 ground out, and there are now 2 outs in the inning. And it'll bring up new Merchant Bryce Peterson. Bryce Peterson 0 for 6 to start the year. Couple Ks and 4 ground outs. He's looking for his first hit of the year. It would drive in a Merchant run. Peterson sets up. Here's the pitch. Swung on and lifted into center field. His first base hit is a Merchant, and he'll tag first base with an RBI single driving in. Patrick Chung, a single will send the runner home, and RBI for Bryce Peterson, his second of the season. His first hit makes the score 3-0 and brings up Jackson Swim with a runner on first. Here's Swim with a chance to add on. Here's the pitch. It's a strike at the knees. Here's the runner. Runner goes, and the pickoff move is in time. He gets him. That was a bad break there. The pitcher was not going, and a bit of a bad move there by Peterson is picked off. 1-4 goes the putout, and that will retire the side. The Merchants, however, get a run on 2 base hits and leave nobody on. When we come back, we'll play the top of the 6th inning. Your Merchants lead by a score of 3-0. Welcome back to the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. Caden Cornett remains on the mound. He's thrown a gem today, but misses with his first pitch of the inning. Griff McCormick at the dish. This ball is lifted deep to right center field. Swim going back, and he makes the catch at the warning track. And that will retire the first out of the inning and send Griff McCormick back to the dugout and bring up Blake Porter. Merchants in a big game here. A win puts them in the 1 seed. A loss makes them wait on the Honkers-Houston game to determine their seeding. A Honkers win gets them the 2 seed. A Houston win would likely send them to the 4 seed, depending on run differential. This ball outside. And the count goes to 1-0. Cornett with the 1-0 count. He delivers. It's a swing and a fly ball out of play down the left field line, and the count will even at 2-2. 3-0 your scoreline, top of the 6th inning in this 7-inning affair. On deck. Oh, and this hits Blake Porter right in the shoulder. Cornett knew it as soon as he let go, and the Goldpanners will have a runner on first base, and it'll bring up Cole Carter, who's 0 for 1 tonight with a walk. Cole Carter, 0 for 1. He has reached on a walk, looking to drive the runner ahead. Goldpanners need 3 in the next 5 outs to extend this ball game past the 7th. Here's the pitch. Swung on and grounded. Nice pick by Anderson. Over to second for 1. On to first. Not in time for the double play. 5-4 goes the ground out. Or goes the fielder's choice, rather, as Cole Carter reaches on the fielder's choice. And Blake Porter is retired on the 5-3 putout. 2 outs now. Runner on first base. And it appears that we have a pinch hitter, and we do. This is number 33. Number 33 is Derek Columba. Derek Columba stands in. Runner on first base. Here's the high leg kick and the pitch. It's fouled right back into the netting. The count goes to 0-1. And 1 the count. 2 outs, 3-0 the score. Cornett takes a deep breath on the mound and comes set. Runner on first base takes his lead. Cornett staring him down, and he'll come home. Here's the pitch. It's lifted into left center field, and it will get down in front of Bryce Peterson, and everybody moves up a station. A pinch hit single by Derek Columba will put runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. And that will bring up Aaron Kim, the catcher, number 28. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout. Cornett looking for an out of any kind to get him out of the inning. Here's the wind. And the first pitch is low and inside for ball 1. Cornett entered this inning at 77 pitches through 5 innings. You would imagine his night is done after this inning, regardless of what happens. Blunt is being told to hustle up in the mound. Or in the bullpen, rather, as he will come in to close this game. Here's the pitch. It is a strike called, and the count evens at 1-1. They may bring Blunt in for a 4-out save if they need to. They'd like to not, as they would like to have him available tomorrow. He would not be if he pitched 4 outs today. Here's the 1-1 pitch, fouled away and out of play behind home plate, and the count evens the count runs to 1-2. Cornett looking to get out of this inning here to give Blunt a chance to pitch today and tomorrow. It would be a lot on the arm. They may save him for Championship Monday. But a big game coming up tomorrow, regardless of the result today. The 1-2 count, 2 pitch, 2 outs, 2 runners on, top of the 6th. Here it comes. It's a swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will retire the side. The Goldpanners get a pair of base runners, but leave them stranded and have failed to score a run through 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your Merchants looking to add on a couple for insurance runs here at the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. Welcome back to the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. I'm Sean O'Connor, your voice of the Everett Merchants. Jackson Swim will lead off the inning after a pickoff move on Bryce Peterson. Had him dead to rights at second base, trying to steal the bag. 3-0 your score, bottom of the 6th inning. Here comes the pitch. It's down low and away to Swim. Swim is 1 for 1 tonight. He was also hit by a pitch, so he's been on the base paths twice in this game. Riley Parker on deck, followed by Nick Anderson in the hole. Here she comes. The pitch is swung on and grounded just foul down the third base line, and the count evens at 2-2, at 1-1. Here comes the pitch to Swim. It's a big swing and a miss, and the count goes to 1-2. Here comes the pitch. It's in the dirt, and the count evens at 2-2. 2-2 the count. Apologize for any technical difficulties once again, as the internet in Canada has been giving us some issues the last few days. This pitch is a check swing ball, and the count runs full. Full count, 3-2 to Jackson Swim. Here she comes. Full count pitch, and it is swung on and lifted down the left into right field, and one hop the fence. Swim heading to second base with his second hit of the evening, and he coasts in a no-out leadoff double for Jackson. Swim will send up Riley Parker with a runner in scoring position and a chance to add some cushion to this one. Parker stands in. He gets the signs from Coach Bo Blacken down the third base line. Here's the pitch, bunt shown, and he pulls back. Ball gets away. That's a wild pitch, and Jackson Swim takes third on the wild pitch. And the bunt is likely off now, as you would likely not try a safety squeeze in this situation, but you never know. Time called. Out comes the Panners pitching coach. Bullpen very quiet on the Goldpanners side, as they should be. Through 6 innings, only 66 pitches thrown by the Goldpanners. Nick Anderson on deck, and Altamirano in the hole. Harold Pike calling Riley Parker over to have a quick conference. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we will continue in the bottom of the 6th inning. Welcome back as we continue Riley Parker's at bat. Jackson Swim on at second base, or third base rather, after a wild pitch and a leadoff double. Parker facing a 1-0 count with nobody out. Merchants would love to play another run here to give their bullpen a bit of a cushion and maybe even send out Caden Cornett for a 7th inning. Tanner still on the mound for the Goldpanners. Here's the kick. And the pitch. It's swung on and missed. And the count evens at 1-1. Swim on at third. Riley Parker at the dish. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's in the dirt. And Swim holds at third. The ball staying right by the catcher there. 2-1 the count now. Nobody out. Two and one the count. Here comes the pitch. It is a strike called, and the count evens at 2-2. Aaron Kim comes set. Here's the wind. And the pitch. It's a swing and a miss for strike 3. The throw over will complete the strikeout for out number 1. Swim holds at third. And the out is recorded to send Riley Parker back to the dugout and bring up Nick Anderson. Anderson's 1 for 2 tonight and appeared to score a run in the 2nd inning, but was called out on a very questionable out call at the dish. Harold Pyatt came out to argue, was not happy with the call, and I agree from my vantage point. He looked safe. Here's the pitch to Nick Anderson. It's a big swing and a miss for strike number 1. Anderson readies. Here's the wind. And the pitch swung on and foul ball down the left side. Sounded like a broken bat, but he holds on to it. 0-2 the count. Altamirano on deck. Barring a double play, he would be next. Tilly in the hole. Here's the pitch. It is up way high. And the count goes to 1-2. Here she comes. The 1-2 pitch. Check swing. He wins. And strike 3 is called. Okay, with a dropped ball. The tag applied by the catcher. And it'll bring up Diego Altamirano. The last out of the bottom of the 6th inning. Last chance for the Merchants to add on an insurance run in this 7-inning affair. Swim standing on third. He's been there since the leadoff at bat, where he doubled and advanced on a wild pitch to Riley Parker. Altamirano stands in, the lefty bat. He's followed by Jake Tilley. Here's the pitch, up high. One and 0 the count. Altamirano looking to give his pitching staff a bit of a boost here and another insurance run. Here's the pitch. A 1-0 is outside for a ball. 2-0. Altamirano is 0 for 1 tonight. He sacrificed in the second. Tilley's 0 for 1 on deck. He reached on a hit by pitch. Holding. Now the pitch, and it's a ball just missing. Looked like it might have caught a piece of the plate, but a friendly ball call for the Merchants, and they'll take it after some pretty tough love strike calls against their batters yesterday and some rough ball calls on their pitchers. So they'll take a friendly call here. Here's the 3-0. It's a check swing walk. A 2-out walk will put runners on the corners and bring up Jake Tilley, looking for his first hit of the ball game. It would bring in another run. Pat Chung on deck. He's 3 for 3 tonight, and if he's not leading the tournament in batting average, he's mighty close. Patrick Chung is tied for second in batting average with a mess of guys hitting right at 500. 3-0, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It's a strike on the inside corner, and the count goes to 0-1. Tilley stands in. Here's the 0-1. It bounces away. Swim thought about it, but a good decision to stay at third as that ball went right with the catcher up the line. It would have been an easy play at home. Chung in the on-deck circle, getting ready, hitting 500 in this tournament, leading the team in this season in batting average, hitting .350. Here's the pitch. It's a taken strike, and the count goes to 1-2. Merchants are down to their final out, or their final strike of this half inning, and it would be their final strike of the group round unless they sacrifice the lead in the top of the 7th inning. Time called by Tilley. The pitch is delivered, but no pitch is the call by the home plate umpire as Tanner held onto the ball a little too long out there on the mound for Tilley's liking. He called time to reset things, and reset things he does. He climbs back in, waves that bat around, swings it in his hands, gets set to face the 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Runner goes, and the ball is spoiled. Altamirano had the base stolen, but a good protection swing there by Tilley, getting just a piece of it. That may have been the hit and run on. And the out, recorded, 1-2 the count. Apologies. It is an early start to this day for the Merchants. A win here would get them a night game for the first time this tournament. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Ball in the dirt. And the base is stolen easily by Diego Altamirano. And the count goes to 2-2. The stolen bag to Diego Altamirano. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. A single would now likely plate 2. As Altamirano has some speed. Impressive speed, especially for a catcher. 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. It's a swing and a miss. Drop strike 3. Tilly running it out, but he does not get there. The out is recorded on the drop strike 3 throw down to first base. It's in time to get Tilly, and that will retire the side. When we return, your Merchants will send Caden Cornett back out to the mound looking for a complete game shutout. He's up with 89 pitches. Your Merchants lead the Goldpanners 3-0. A win gives them the first seed in the Foster Division. We will return. Welcome back to the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. Your Merchants with a 3-0 lead in the final inning of this ball game. This pitch is lifted high into the air. In comes Sam Linscott. He calls off Peterson and makes the play for out number 1. Ben McKay recorded on the first out, or the first pitch of the inning, rather. The 90th of the game for Cornett. Brandon Innes up. He's the 8-hole hitter, 1 for 2 tonight. He reached on a single, got to second, courtesy of an error by Bryce Peterson in left. Here comes the pitch. It's in there for a called strike. Reminder, if your Merchants win tonight, or if they win this game, they are the number 1 seed and will play tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Here's the pitch. It's fouled away, and the count quickly goes to 0-2. Cornett at 92 pitches, but he still has his command. Cornett sets. Here she comes. Wind and delivery. The 0-2 pitch is outside for a ball. One and two the count. Cornett looking to complete this game and give his bullpen a well-deserved day off. Here's the wind, and the 1-2 pitch is outside and low for ball 2. Oh, 2-2 the count. Here it comes. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3, and that will record the second out of the inning for your Merchants, and the Goldpanners are down to their final out. In climbs a pinch hitter for the Goldpanners. Riley Tony, his first pitch grounded right to the pitcher. He throws over in time till he tags the bag, and he gets him. And that is the final out of the ball game. Your Merchants win it by a final score of 3-0. What a ball game. What a win for this team. They top the division, and we'll have to wait to see who they play. But whoever it is, they will play at 7 o'clock tomorrow afternoon here in beautiful British Columbia. What a ball game, folks. Caden Cornett, a complete game shutout. What an outing for Cornett. He gets the win. The loss is handed to the starting pitcher for the Alaska Goldpanners, Tanner Ineos. No relief pitchers used in this ball game. What a win, what a win, what a win. Thank you all for listening to this presentation of Everett Merchants Baseball here in the Grand Forks International Baseball Tournament. I'm Sean O'Connor, the voice of the Everett Merchants. We will see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for the first round of the money round in this tournament. Have a good night, everybody.